Right up with you, Johnny? Go.
Yeah, come on. Squad and two. We've been working on this, on him in particular, because he was supposed to be as bad as the worst, and we still have one to go.
Looked like he dyed his hair.
His hair was dyed black. He has auburn red hair, and his hair was very black. He really did.
Was he the ringleader of this escape?
This is the information we have. He was the oldest, and he was the planner and schemer in the jailbreak.
No, I don't mind the ride. The ride is all right. It's a little out of our way, but it's all right. The only thing I don't like is there are not enough whites.
Well, we had to ride the yellow buses this year. I like the city buses better. I mean, we don't have any air conditioning on the yellow bus.
Why are they going that way? We got to walk our way around. Y'all move back.
But funeral home operators like Alto McGowan in South Dallas shouldn't worry about the new ordinance. It will not eliminate the patient transfer service that provides a large percentage of their business. The new ordinance only gives the city responsibility for emergency ambulance runs, like those in response to traffic accidents, and it will not affect the patient transfer business that's so important to people like McGowan. Purchase of 3 more helicopters like this one means the Dallas Police Department will be able to extend its service into suburban areas. Police say helicopter surveillance is one of the factors in reducing crime. By doubling its chopper fleet, the city hopes it can zero in on the increasing number of burglaries in the metropolitan area, especially in suburban regions, which criminals sometimes use as sanctuaries to escape from the Dallas police. Jack Hill, Channel 8 News on the Move.
This stately tree captured a lot of attention by virtue of the fact it looked as though it was going to be replaced by concrete in the name of profit-making progress. Bulldozers came this weekend, quickly demolishing the old house on the tiny lot, but met its match with a huge old pecan. Another dozer tried, and it broke down in the attempt. Before an even larger machine could be called into service, 20-year-old Darrell Kay, who lived next door to the destruction, came to the tree's defense.
I saw the bulldozers coming out the other day to tear down the house, and I noticed them trying to tear down the tree. And that night I put a sign out on the tree to stimulate some interest from the bulldozer operator and anyone else that was interested in trying to save the tree.
Yesterday there was a human chain surrounding the tree. Today you're the only link left. What happened to your friends?
I guess it turned into a one-man stand. The people that were here just seemed to be a weekend interest group.
The man who could make the life or death decision for this tree, builder James Galt, didn't have time to be interviewed on television, but his contractor told me this morning that there was no way that the 10-unit apartment complex could be built around the tree, as much as he loved trees. But Mr. Galt did tell me on the telephone this afternoon that he never meant for this tree to be knocked down, that it will remain standing in a patio. So whether it was the case of the power of the press, the voice of one concerned man, or a simple matter of misunderstanding, at least one tree will not fall before progress, at least not while we're watching. For Channel 8 News on the Move, this is Judy Hanna.
Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Wilmer-Hutchins Independent School District, acting through its duly elected Board of Trustees and pursuant to the provisions of Section 1128G of the Texas Education Code, does hereby petition the State Board of Education of the State of Texas to abolish the Wilmer-Hutchins Independent School District and to notify the Dallas County Board of Education and to add the territory of the district as abolished to a school district contiguous to the said territory.
the public at the formal meeting, but I would like to move at this time that the council adopt this ordinance.
Commission and the Fort Worth Tarrant County Junior Bar Association. A special committee of
Representatives of two bail bondsmen associations say that the new ordinance is being crammed down their throats. John Swain, president of the Tarrant County Bail Bondsman Association, said many of the problems with the current bail bonding practices exist because of internal problems within the city of Fort Worth. Tom Beck of the Texas Bail Bondsman said the ordinance is illegal. He asked for a 90-day extension to get an opinion from the Attorney General. He also called the council action a kangaroo court.
We have not been consulted. This is completely a kangaroo ordinance that has not been talked to at one time to the bondsman.
Swain and Beck said at least 95% of the bondsmen in the county cannot abide by the new ordinance. Beck said that he will ask his association not to even make bonds within the city. Attorney David Chappell, who was instrumental in having the new ordinance written, said those threats amounted to blackmail, and if they occur, they will be reported. The ordinance will establish a three-man commission appointed by the City Council. It will also require a $100 annual license by each bondsman, and also require each bondsman to post a $2,500 bond of his own before he is allowed to do business in Fort Worth. The new ordinance will go into effect within the next 90 days. Jim Green, Channel 8 News on the Move in Fort Worth.
Well, I don't know whether the prime consideration. Unfortunately, some lawyer probably get after me for this, but I think that many times these lawsuits are not tried on constitutional law anymore. It's on somebody's philosophical view and that sort of thing. So consequently, we've got to combat that.
We went out there to we had intentions of kicking the door in, but it opened from the front, so we had to beat on it, and he came to the door. He was in the apartment by himself. He came to the door and opened up with an undershirt and a pair of shorts on. He gave no resistance whatsoever. We did find a pistol in the apartment, fully loaded.
Was his wife there?
No one was there except him.
Well, actually, we talked to Mr. Wade this morning and asked him, and he says that he really doesn't have the personnel just to turn personnel over to us to handle these class action suits. As you well know, he's well equipped for the criminal aspect, which that's basically what he has to handle. And when he gets these class action suits, as he's had recently, redistricting the jail situation and many of these others, it kind of puts a burden on his office, and he's perfectly willing and recommends that we go outside and hire an attorney to represent us and represent all the county.
How about this one? Who knows what this one is? No, you worry about it. Ed. Y. It's an X. Okay, how about this one here? But you can see the same number right here. If you don't know what... What? How many? Oh. Who can tell me what this letter is? P. What are you supposed to do? Raise your hand. Eddie. P. Very good. Who can tell me what this letter is? Q. Mike.